what if community has value beyond revenue? Outside of just selling something, there is power in the ability to come together and share experience and share wisdom. Okay, I wanted to pause and make this a little bit easier for my incredible editor who will be editing all of this content and helping me put this out into the world Monday, the day before my birthday, the day after the eclipse. I wanted to share all of the experience that my podcast has been able to bring me in the transition to personal branding and telling my own story. So this portion of the video will be going out onto my podcast, The Wealth We Hold. I typically bring guests on and focus on women in entrepreneurship who have created their own definition of the word wealth. And I love that narrative because I have heard so many incredible, heartfelt definitions in the now, I think, 3 years since I've started pivoting and shifting my focus around commonwealth and articulating the nuance of the word wealth and even in a bigger scope, success as an entrepreneur. And in this last year, especially, I have been tested around my own definition, my own belief of wealth, of abundance, of so much, so much. And I thankfully have been self-aware enough to document my experience this year in the navigating of kind of breaking everything down in my life and reassessing what do I want for myself long term? How do I define my own success? And it's changed a lot. One of the biggest things that I can articulate is that I have so much clarity around the lifestyle I want to live, but I also feel like there's this big shift and contrast in recognizing the professional success that I desire, that I had in my previous career, and balancing that out with the other benchmarks of success that I've experienced in the last 5 years since starting this company, which started out as a completely different iteration. So it's evolved and changed, and it will continue to evolve and change. In this next iteration, The Wealth We Hold will still continue to be my space to spotlight and highlight other female founders who are able to share their journey, their story, their wisdom, and connect around redefining wealth, redefining success. And in the same breath, I want to be able to more authentically, more openly show what that journey has looked like for myself. I know in my experience the last 5 years, I have wanted to see the real experiences that especially women have found themselves in when it comes to building a personal brand or a community around purpose and mission. Maybe for some, that's come easier than it has for me, but for me, it's really been so challenging. And I am almost like putting myself into a position of really testing my own consulting now. I have been able to build success for myself around building community around services. First, as a hairstylist, I was able to build a community of clients, power partners, cross-referral partners, and brands that created this community ecosystem for me and brought me so much success as a hairstylist. And then I was able to do that with Independent Beauty Pros because I had a service, a membership, events, a summit that were all focused around services that could be tangibly communicated. I've been able to do that twice in those specific models. Now, as a consultant, establish community growth for my clients who hire me and hire our team to be able to provide them with the community support they need to host events, retreats, start podcasts, create memberships, have virtual events, all the things that I have leveraged in my own experience. Now I'm able to bring to the clients that I work with. But I've never done it in this type of standpoint, just me navigating my journey, my experience of starting over, reevaluating, and redefining wealth and success. I've never built a community without having something to lean behind. If you need XYZ, a haircut, let's just use that as an example. Like, here, come be in my community because I can cut your hair really well. I've never been able to just stand in a space of, hi, I'm Lynzie, and I've had quite a few interesting life experiences, and I'm going to record these vlogs and tell you about it. Do you want to come be here? I've never done that before. There are so many women who have incredible, powerful stories around their product or their service that they offer. The story they have as an individual is so immense. And I feel like I want to be able to put myself on the line and test my ability to build community this way, because I definitely want to turn around and help support other women who have stories to tell but feel really silly putting a tripod up and just talking about whatever in a way that can connect them to like-minded people who then create for them community. And I know for myself at different stages in my own process, there's never like, why would you do this? Because again, when you're a hairstylist, you sell a service, and so then you make money. And so of course you would create content because you're selling a service. If you are a coach, you of course would create content because then you're selling your service and you want people in your community to buy your thing. But what if community has value beyond revenue? What if community has value outside of just selling something, selling a product or a service? Like, what if there is power in the ability to come together and share experience and share wisdom? I want to just double down on that. I really want to lean into that. And so if you have connected with me in any of the areas that I've built community previously as a hairstylist, if you have sat in my chair, first of all, I love you. I'm so grateful for you. I can't even tell you how impactful the 15 years I spent in the beauty industry has been for me in this chapter in this season of my life. Just going back to the salon last week and offering these pop-ups and having clients that I've known for so long grab appointments so quickly because they are so excited to see me and to get their hair done. It's just such a validation of the connection that I created, the community that I built as a hairstylist. So if you are one of my clients who has sat in my chair and you are watching this, I wish I could just like hug you through the phone. If you're part of my Commonwealth community or my previous community, Independent Beauty Pros, actually some of that overlaps. Two of my current clients in my retainer structure are salon owners who I've known for so long. And actually my current active clients in some way, shape, or form outside of maybe 3 have connected initially from the beauty space, even if it's like through referral. That to me is like, that's so incredible. That just feels really good. So if for whatever reason our paths crossed in different spaces and somehow that has overlapped into you now watching me launch and create a vlog on YouTube talking about my 3 months this year in Portugal and my own personal challenges around relationships and finances and family dynamics and generational trauma and God knows all the things I've talked about in the last 8-9 months, recording these little videos, throwing up my tripod and just talking. So if that is of interest to you, I am so appreciative that you find value in my existence, enough so to the point where you want to follow the journey that I'm on. I don't know where it will go. I truly have no idea what will come next, but I know that this has been on my heart for quite some time, and I've been really hesitant to lean into shifting some focus into developing my own personal brand, but I know that that's the direction that I'm headed. And I know also that that's the direction that so many of my clients are headed. And so I'll go first. I'm more than willing to put myself in the trial and error process of community building in this way so that I can help my current clients step into that themselves, should they choose, which I do think quite a few of them will. So who knows? We'll see. Putting these out finally on Monday, September 8th, falls right in between these 2 really significant dates. So Sunday is September 7th, which is an eclipse. On Monday, these will be launched, at least a few of them, the vlog channel itself, and I'm going to create a blog. I'm going to keep the spaces separate for now, but at some point they'll start to intertwine. The content that I will be sharing, I recorded in like January, February. It's September. So yeah, it feels crazy. It feels like so much has happened since I first sat down in Lisbon and stuttered my way through recording some of this. I had even recorded some things November, December of last year. I'm not going to share those because of a million different stories I don't want to get into right now. I'm going to just kind of kick it off from my experience getting to Lisbon and then kind of work my way through the content that I've recorded since. I'm excited to just open up this part of myself and my life and my story in hopes that it can inspire other women to start to lean into the unknown parts of starting over, because it is so challenging and so overwhelming. And I think it's really important to be able to like show the raw, real experience of that instead of just the on the other side success that I do think is always inevitable. It's just the journey itself will determine when that comes into fruition. I am really excited about putting it out on Monday because my birthday is on Tuesday, the 9th. Also a really significant date. My birthday is September 9th, 9/9. I am currently 36. I will be turning 37. 36, 3 plus 6 is also 9. I don't know much about numerology, but I do know that 9 is the number of completion. We're also in 2025, and 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. I don't believe in coincidence. That's a lot of 9s. And what comes after 9? 10. That's renewal. That's numerology. And number 1, zeros are irrelevant. That's new beginnings and new chapters and starting fresh. And so I really do think for myself personally, stepping into 37 is a new beginning. And then also, coming into next year, 2026 is a new beginning. I might be a couple months ahead of that new beginning, but for me personally, I do feel this. I am absolutely completing cycles across the board, like in every way, shape, or form. And it's been happening for quite some time. As part of that new beginning for myself, I'm really excited to put these out with that intent of stepping into sharing in this way as part of my new beginning. It's scary. It's really vulnerable and definitely puts me in a place of a lot of self-criticism. And I've worked through that a lot this year, just like in a million ways, but especially even in the content creation aspect of starting from the bottom, starting from the space of, I don't have 45,000 Instagram followers like Commonwealth has. I don't have a space to be able to, in a sense, like hide behind, buy my course or buy my book. I don't have any of that yet. I'm literally just putting all of this in place and doing it with no ask. Just listen to me talk about topics that are important and relevant to me if they feel important and relevant to you. And let's create a little community and see what happens. So yeah, I think that's probably where I'll leave it for now. I am, like I said, just beyond grateful. If you're watching this from any connection point that we've had in the past, I genuinely want you to know that it means a lot to me that you're even interested in my journey, because there's a lot of internal narrative around why I'm doing any of the things I'm doing, personally or professionally. Being able to come into a space like this, and even if one person feels heard, seen, understood, that to me is what I hope for in putting myself out there, is that other people will be able to see themselves and their life and their decisions and feel a sense of validation in their own decision making, the same way I have wanted and needed and received in different ways from others. So thanks for checking this out and listening to this. I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm hesitant. The Wealth We Hold will continue to stay in the space of entrepreneurship and have guests coming on. We've got a great lineup for September. Everyone I've brought on for this month is just inspiring, impactful, purpose-driven throughout the rest of the year. The scheduled recordings that I have coming up, I'm really excited about introducing more and more people in this space with the podcast. If you want to continue to follow along on my journey personally, there obviously is an overlap between who I am as an entrepreneur and who I am as a human. So in my vlog space, that will sometimes overlap, and there will be some discussion around business. If that is of interest to you, subscribe, connect with me there. I'm putting TikToks out there. Help me. I've never posted a TikTok, and we're going to do that. I'm excited and nervous about that as well. Also, I haven't blogged in so long. I had a blog way back when, and it's been a while. I'm excited to really be sharing in that way again too. So if my journey and connecting with my personal experiences is of interest to you, those are all the spaces that will be kind of dedicated for that. And the Wealth We Hold will continue to be a spotlight space for other women to come on and share their definition of wealth. This is just a little impromptu pre-birthday episode introducing this new space of mine. And I really am excited to share and connect, experiment, explore, see what happens. So I will leave it there, and I will see you next week here with an incredible guest. Her name is Lynn. She's a life coach. We've had multiple amazing conversations now, and I'm really excited to bring her into the space and to introduce her to you. So stay tuned, and I will catch you on YouTube.